So to recap, for lunch, Nathan, you were having one long noodle, one chopstick, and a bok choy boy.
If we use this, it's just gonna like come in the middle of this conversation. It's just like
that's why I reiterated what you're having. I'm catching. This is called in medias res. It's a narrative technique. You come in the middle of something. When I think that more shows and things should start mid lunch order. I think that's like, oh wow, you really get. It's because like ordering food is a good way to get like the character. That's like a good like character trait. It's a good way to like delve into a person's.
That's
characters.
true. That's a good point.
When you do it halfway through, you're like, oh, I know what they're getting. Like I know what they're getting to eat, but what are they getting to drink? Oh, mysteries abound. I can't wait. I gotta find more. I gotta watch more. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on this show. I'm hooked on lunch orderers.
Lunchers.
TLC's lunchers.
The Thai place they have this I don't know if it's soda or juice or like soda juice, but it's called mash.
What do you mean? You don't know if it's soda or juice? Like, is it carbonated? That's what makes it soda.
It's just called mash.
It's just mash.
And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I always consider
what does it come in?
It's mash.
What sort of container is this mash delivered to you in? Is it just like a Ziploc bag? What is there a label?
I guess it's soda. If you type in mash soda.
Okay, so it's like a brand of soda.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right.
But it's like it comes in like it looks like they took a regular soda bottle and like squished it down.
Oh, is it one of those like cute little soda bottles that like your mom buys when you come home because she's like she's sick of people drinking like half a soda and leaving it out, so she buys those like tiny Dr. Peppers. It's like that kind of bottle.
Yeah, it's like that except like it's mash.
It's mash. It's been mashed down.
It's been.
When I was in India, they had a soda called Limca. Actually, they had two cool sodas. Limca, which was an actually good soda. It was like a less intense Sprite.
Ooh, okay.
It was like more citrusy and less just kind of like,
sugar syrup.
You know how Sprite tastes like sugar that you like left out?
Yes.
It's like someone.
I'll bite. Yes.
Yeah. It's like
sure.
It's like someone took a 7-Up and left it out for a bit, and that's what Sprite tastes like.
7-Up already tastes like it's been left out for a bit.
Sure, well that's because 7-Up is just Limca that someone left out for a bit.
7-Up is Limca that someone left out for a bit, and then Sprite is 7-Up that someone left out for a bit, and then just poured more sugar into.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how you make wine.
It's exactly.
Or raisins, one of the two.
Wine?
You can make so many things from grapes.
Well, here's the thing: you have to. It's like it's a certain moment in the fermentation process.
Here's a question:
like you have to make the decision then, whether it's going to be raisins or wine.
It's like an evolutionary
because they're both grapes.
Here's the important question: the $1 million question that will define an industry.
Mm-hmm.
If you put grapes in the sun, they form raisins.
Right.
If you ferment grapes by like putting them away from the sun, you get wine. What about moon grapes? Nathan, what about moon grapes?
Oh my God.
What could we?
What?
Wow. Does that exist? Because like it's kind of like fermenting, but you're also like basking in them. Is this like some?
Right. Because like leaving them in the sun, it's the.
Yeah, that's you're roasting them.
Right. It's like the sun is like a heat source.
Mm-hmm. But
the moon, to my knowledge,
not a heat source.
Not a heat source.
I think what it is that you would get. I think that's how gushers are made.
I think.
I think that's where gushers come. Because think about it, they're like raisins, but they're full of juice. But maybe
we're remembering gushers very differently.
I think I call gushers. Don't you call gushers moon grapes? Lunar grapes.
I typed in moon grapes into Google, and they're just these long grapes.
Oh really? That's a bummer. We'll call them
moon drops.
We'll call them like lunar grapes.
They just like if you leave grapes in the moon, they just get long?
Is this a real thing?
I
How dare you? I don't believe you.
Here.
I refuse to Google it.
Here, Caldwell.
No. Don't
My
show
friend.
me. My friend, please.
My friend, please.
Oh, man, when we were in India, we had a tour guide who he had like a vocal like affectation where he would always say, "Excuse me, please," which like I know is him like trying to be polite, but it just came off like he was being super rude because like anytime you weren't paying attention to him, he'd be like, "Excuse me, please, sir, please, this way, please, excuse me."
That still sounds polite.
It sounds polite, but like,
What, like-
he was shouting it,
Oh.
which is the reason why. Let's get back on topic though.
What are we drawing?
No, we're not figuring that out. We're talking about lunar grapes because I think that would be a really
I sent you
fun
the
thing.
link.
Let me fill you in. I think that lunar grapes would be the best. That would be. Hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me
Caldwell, I'm all ears.
Open your ears and your heart and your soul. All your chakras unlocked. Drunk gushers. Gushers with wine in them.
Oh, okay.
We're calling them tears of the moon. Moon tears. That's what they're called. Gushers for adults.
But it's like, it's wine that's been like goopified, because like it's not just juice inside gushers.
It's a slightly
it's
goopy
like-
wine, to be sure.
Okay, so you take the wine, you goop it up.
Yeah. No, this is purely what happens is because like what you do is you take the grapes, you leave them out in the moonlight, they shrivel, but they're still full of juice because they're moon grapes.
Right.
And then you squeeze those, and then you've just got it. You got it right there. You've got these shriveled, fermented moon grapes that are full of like tasty wine, but also have that delicious like chewy gushers texture.
Okay, here's my question. What if the grapes that you're leaving out in the moon have been bitten by a werewolf ahead of time?
Oh, well,
Do they become were grapes?
I think then they just have like a little more of like a hairy texture to them. They're a hoary grape.
What was that? Hoary?
Hoary, yeah, Hoary. That means like hairy, but in like with something other than hair.
Oh.
So I think then they become more like a.
Caldwell, you just taught me a word.
Yeah, how about that? That's like, I feel like the only reason I know that word is because in Game of Thrones they describe like the White Walker's hair as being hoary because it's covered in hoarfrost. Which like, it's a great. It's a great word that like doesn't mean what you think it means, but still kind of does.
It like it conjures some images. For sure.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm all covered in hoarfrost. I'm a frozen fuzzy whore boy.
When it's hot, you get covered in horse sweat.
No, that's not the same.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's figure out. I think it's time to figure out what we're gonna draw today. Unless you want me to learn more words.
I mean, I'm gonna.
You can't stop me.
Yeah. I'm on my vocab up in.
You're on that vocab.
If I knew more words, I'd be able to come up with an end to that.
You're on that wordly
That
wise.
phrase, the wordly wise.
You're on that word search. You're on that vocab hunt.
I liked word search.
Yeah.
Because that's already a thing.
Yeah, but you're like, it's like word quest.
Yeah.
Here's
it's like King's Quest, but for words.
Bad pitch. Bad pitch for a bad game.
Guys, remember King's Quest? What if we made it about words?
Okay, all right, I'm listening. I'm listening, just slowly closing the door.
Yeah, it's like it seems like you're walking away. No,
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
listening.
You're in a cab.
Just taps on the door.
You're FaceTiming me. I'm talking to a mannequin with an iPad on it of your face.
You moved so quickly. I've never seen you move so quickly before.
Sleight of hand. All right, so I've got some suggestions pulled up over here.
Okay, great.
I like this one a lot. Checkered Brook says, "Could we see the main villain for this JRPG?" But I feel like I can't impose on that. That's you. You and Jacob have to do that.
Chris Quest.
From Legend of Chris.
Legend of Chris.
Then we've also got Abby Cole, who said, could you draw babies doing adult things? And then Lucas on Fire said, draw fan-made Sonic characters. I like all of these.
You know we've got to do the Sonic characters.
Do you want to do the Sonic characters?
Yeah.
I feel like, here's the thing, and I maybe this isn't the right time to discuss this, but what the hey? Nathan, I think we should dedicate a day of the week to just drawing video game fan art. I think that like
we're getting to that point.
Yeah, the JRPG episode did so well, and people liked it so much, and I liked it a lot. I feel like we could just get away with this. What I'm saying is, Nathan, we don't have to try.
Yeah,
we don't have to try as hard. We could just draw.
Well, because you already didn't. Like one of your earliest works of comics, like your debut into comic making was a Sonic fan comic.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I thought you meant
so you've got some experience here.
Pre-internet, when I was like in second grade, I drew. They weren't even very clever either. I just drew the plot of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I just redid it. I just added dialogue is what I did. And it wasn't, I didn't quite know how word bubbles worked, so it would kind of be like they were kind of puking up like word bubbles, and then like all the text was kind of like spilling out. There were no lines. There was no structure to these word bubbles. It was a big mess, and I shouldn't have been allowed. And then, of course, Sonic and Knuckles kissed. I actually invented that.
Nice.
Yeah, I invented Sonic and Knuckles kissing.
You're the matchmaker.
Mm-hmm. I'm the seed. I'm the evil seed from which all love, all illicit internet love springs.
Well, you heard it here first.
It is me. I am the one. I am the one true pair. All right. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our fan-made Sonic characters.
Sonic fan-made characters. Okay. Really get in.
Yeah, let's get in deep. Let's get our hooks into it. I feel like
so like the classic joke is if you just type any name and then the hedgehog.
Oh, we should do that.
Google,
yeah. Does something come up for you?
Nathan the Hedgehog? If you type in Nathan the Hedgehog is the next autocomplete.
Oh. Oh, I forgot. I actually when Owen and I did our little Drawdwell drawing show thing on my other channel, I did a terrifying.
You did Caldwell the Hedgehog?
I did Victory the Hedgehog, which I think was a suggestion from someone. But now it's time for me to draw my own hedgehog. It's time for me to step out of the shadow, the hedgehog, and draw my own.
Oh wow! The first result for Caldwell the Hedgehog is a drawing. Is this from the show with Owen where it's just the Sonic face with legs coming out of the chin?
Yep. You found it.
I like
it. You found me out.
Drawdwell Drawing Show 04.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a suggestion. I think someone wanted me to draw their Sonic OC.
Okay, but you never drew your own.
I never drew my own, and it's time because like
it is.
For me, I think like Caldwell the Hedgehog, it's hard to contain so much Tood, but I have to try.
I honestly don't think there's a vehicle better suited for Tood.
Maybe that's true.
Than a Sonic fan character.
Maybe that's the thing, is that like it will be therapeutic.
Oh my god.
Are you just watching the video now?
No, I'm just looking at all the Nathan the Hedgehogs.
Oh, do you have like a whole collection to choose from?
Yeah. This is just
Are you sitting?
My favorite.
Oh, hold on, let me see these.
He's eating a chili dog.
Oh no, I'm just looking at moon grapes again. I'm back to moon grapes. They look pretty good. Oh wowie. Yeah, I think. Well, see, that's
There's
so
much Tood. There's so much Tood in that one drawing.
That's so derivative.
I'm not gonna be able to match that.
So I think here's the things we have to focus on.
Yes.
Is clothing. Mm-hmm. And then making it. So I think there's like 4 tenets. There's 4 cardinal, tenets that you have to follow.
You gotta do something with that front tuft of hair.
So it's got to be, I got to have a unique hairstyle, unique color, cool clothes, and just a little sexy.
Just a little, just like weird.
Just find a way to make it a little sexier than Sonic was. I mean, Sonic's pretty sexy already, but like, let's up it. Let's up the game, son. Also, I think it's pretty derivative that Nathan also enjoys chili dogs. I feel like you gotta pick your own food. My Caldwell the Hedgehog loves grapes.
He loves his grapes.
Gotta have my grapes.
You already have the voice.
He's so. Everyone's like, really? Just grapes? He's like, yeah. They're real good. They're a perfect, sensible snack. Caldwell the Hedgehog is not cool. No one likes him.
He's just trying to get people. He's just big on grapes.
He acts like he's cool. Like he has the same kind of like tude as Sonic, but like he doesn't have any friends. All right. So what about? And I think that he's just got like. I'm trying to think about what his hair would be. Like this, Nathan's like he's got these gold spikes up front that I really like.
Yeah, Nathan. I mean, my Nathan Hedgehog is just gonna have my hair.
Okay. That's good.
Like I think I'm just.
You know what?
I think I'm just gonna draw me with a.
There's also no.
Face.
There's also no Sonic characters with a beard, which I think is a.
Yeah.
You've got some.
Yeah.
That's something to work with. I think that's going to help you out in your quest to make the most original Sonic the Hedgehog character. So I think maybe mine's just bald.
Baldwell.
There's no bald hedgehogs, or maybe he's just got like.
Yours just needs to have like a really big chin, because like a big thing is like the mouth is at the very bottom.
That's true.
Of the face, like it's almost.
So it
almost runs into a tangent.
It's mostly just flesh, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So you need like a big flesh chin popping out.
So just too much flesh.
Yeah.
All right, great. Too much flesh and a love of grapes.
Too much flesh, a love of grapes. Mine's just gonna be beardy, and I think I'm gonna flip the script on the giving them clothes. Because
no clothes.
If you're a hedgehog, like one of the main benefits is you don't have to wear.
That's true, and like that's
Sonic,
just gonna.
Real Sonic only wears shoes and gloves. He does not fuck around with pants.
No pants, no thanks. My guy will only wear a shirt.
Okay,
just a shirt.
So the Donald Duck treatment.
Yeah, he's gonna be Donald Duck in it because I think that's me a bit. You know, that's like because I like a classic.
I mean, since you moved, I've only ever seen you in shirts. I cannot speak to your pants wearing habits.
Everyone in LA only wears shirts.
Yeah, everyone out there is just free balling 24/7.
Man, you would love it. It's just like such a laid back place. Like everyone's just like half naked all the time. Like the weather's great. You know, like once you've seen everyone's balls. Like once you've seen as many balls as I have, like
it's a great equalizer.
You don't have anything to worry about.
Cause like maybe there's someone with like really good looking balls, but for the most part they're just in these like gross wrinkly sacks.
I went to the Broad Museum in L.A. and there's a big coffee table book featuring the art of Keith Haring, who's like a like pop artist from like the 80s, I think. But the book was open. The book was in like the museum shop, and it was open to just a giant picture of him where he had like painted a room with like black and white figures. But then he also painted himself, and he was like completely nude and also covered in these like black and white figures. And I was just like, I was just like really proud of the dude because he had like an exceedingly normal dick. And I was just like, good for you, man. Like you got you're nothing special, but like you're putting it out there.
It's just. There's something comforting about just like a very average.
Yeah, like if he had released that today, like most of the Google searches would have been for Keith Haring exceedingly normal dick.
Exceedingly normal.
I think he's dead, so rest in peace. But like, rest in peace knowing that you lived a good life, you made a lot of good art, and you had an exceedingly normal dick, which is like all that any of us can hope for. I think.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
I
lived a good life,
man.
He made good art. Had an exceedingly normal dick.
I really wish that you could just get like a couple goof tombstones, you know, like
just get a few. Yeah, just like sprinkle them around. Like one of them is and my actual corpse, and then the rest are just like I've just bought some plots of land.
Yeah, you bought some plots. Just to like
just fill it with some of my old like N64 games or something.
Yeah, so you could have like I feel like for your buddies, like people that knew you really well, like like close friends could go to that tomb and chill.
Keep them, put them in locations that are convenient to my friends, because like wherever I get buried, I don't know where.
And then like instead of you being buried there, it's just like a big trough of brewskis, and they can just like hang out and remember you. That'd be great. Yeah,
just a big bucket of grapes.
Yeah, like
Caldwell's
tombstones.
Final wish.
Introducing.
He loved grapes.
He loved grapes. Introducing tombstones for buds.
Budstones.
Budstones. Bud Light presents.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Do you want to actually record a thing?
Let's do it.
This has been Iced Drawfee, I suppose. I'm not even sorry.
Not even sorry.
Bye.